Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Buenos dias, mi gente. Yo, Rob Hoback here. Welcome to Daily Discipline number 144. However you're listening, wherever you're listening, whenever you're listening, doesn't matter. Just glad you're here. Thank you for spending a couple minutes with us. It is Saturday. That means it's the weekend in review. But before we get to that, Uncle Jay's favorite part, my IMs. I am here. Boy, didn't we go through that this week? I was chatting with Uncle Jay on the phone last night, and he's like, bro, did it really take you an hour to get? I'm like, yes, an hour, a full hour. And I just deleted all of the outtakes. What a struggle. What a struggle. But I got to tell you, as simple as it sounds, I'm so proud of the fact that I just kept powering through that. Because if you don't have the shit videos where you feel like shit, you can't get your thought, then you have nothing compared to. Like we talked about this, you got to have some perspective. Feeling better today, in case you couldn't tell. All right. What do we want to talk about? Number one, I want to address why I believe I was feeling down earlier this week. I believe it's a phenomenon called anticipatory grief. I was grieving for something that was going to happen in the future. What that thing was is that a really good friend of mine, Harry, celebrated his last day at Neovia yesterday. I'm going to miss him. And while we talk about it, we're like, look, this isn't the end. We're always a phone call away. There's a lot of people that I worked with and spent a lot of time with that are just a phone call away. Guess what happens? Those phone calls don't come nearly as often as when you don't have that home base of work. Makes me sad, right? Makes me sad knowing that another guy that I really love and I enjoy working with, like he's done in 2 weeks. I was thinking you know how I am. I love to be sentimental. I love to talk about all the good stuff in the past. And I think about just a couple years ago when I would go down to Dallas, I would meet up with a group of guys and start out, because they're all from the country club, right? They wanted to play tennis. So I go play tennis with them. Well, hillbilly fat ass beat them. And then they're like, okay, let's play basketball. Thinking they're going to. So I showed up in my flip-flops and beat them in basketball. It's a true story. I didn't really beat them in tennis, though. But that's irrelevant. Anyway, anticipatory grief. I get it, right? So again, I had to remind myself, stop thinking about the bad part and look at the good part. Look at all the positive times you had with these guys. And just remember, like, this isn't the end of the road. You got a whole nother group of people coming in that you can befriend and make friends. And you just grab a couple as they come, right? Bring a couple of those people in there. And when I think of all the people that I've worked with, there's really only a handful that you want to keep in touch with. The other thing is I got Miss Addison and I, my princess, we went, it was just two of us last night, and she wanted to go to Panda Express. And so I guess there's probably another fortune cookie up there, but I didn't even open it. She opened this one, and she said, here, Daddy, this is for you. And it says, you are eager to share yourself and your possessions. Come on, right? I mean, is that not me? Like, of all the things people can say about me, they can't say that I'm greedy and I'm selfish, right? Like, I'm like, here, you want some? Take it. It's true, right? To a fault. Generous to a fault. Anyway, what was the other thing? Fortune. No, that was the fortune cookie. All right. So let's just talk about, again, we can review the impact of, the daily discipline it's having on my life. I know that I'm happier. I know that I'm more productive. I know that I'm making progress. I was sharing with Uncle Jay on the phone last night that I can feel the progress now. We're getting through the yuck phase to where we can see the progress of being disciplined on a daily basis, right? I know that I'm present more often. I know that I'm open to possibilities. I recognize some of my limiting beliefs. And I am firmly believing that if we continue to do the right things, right? Like if we show up with an open mind, we're open to anything, we're working hard, we're doing our thing, we're vibrating, good things will happen to us, and we'll think, oh my God, that was luck. It ain't luck. It's not luck. I had two conversations about this week, and two of them yesterday about how, do you think it's luck? And, it made me think, and I'm like, is it luck? And like, it feels like it's luck because sometimes you don't even have to really try real hard. You just have to be there. And somebody's like, here, you want some? Thanks for showing up. And you're like, whoa, man. And then our limiting beliefs come up, right? Our core memories, like, oh, no, we can't. Bullshit. Take it. Take it. Get all you can take. All right. And then I had a situation last night. So last night, after I have these conversations, I just looked at my phone, 10 till 8 last night, sitting here at my computer, reading something, trying to get prepared for something that's coming. And I get a phone call. And I look at it and I'm like, ooh, that's a California phone number. Answer it. It's a new customer who literally, we just started doing business with them in the last month. Just got permission. We started doing work before he got the contract signed. Had an uncomfortable conversation with a bunch of executives earlier this week, literally just beating on me. Why aren't you in process? Why are you doing this? Blah, blah, blah. Guy calls up last night and says, I want to double my business with you. There you go. There you go. I didn't do anything. I answered the phone. Double your business. Luck? I don't think so. Had to be there to get it. The impact around me, the ripple effect. Oh. Can we call a timeout? 6 minutes in, I recognize that I forgot to call something out yesterday. Yesterday was like International Women's Day. My dumb ass is on here talking about women's empowerment and doesn't even do that. I'm sorry. Oof. Sorry to all you ladies. Aunt Barb, Aunt Pat, QE1, other powerful ladies. I'm sorry. Here's to you. But here's what I told somebody, brought that to my attention. Why do we have to have a day about women? Like, F that. We should treat women with the respect that they deserve every day, just like all of us. So I'm sorry that I'm not sorry. Anyway, the impact around me, the ripple effect, right? So this week, Sam had a moment where he was watching a video that I was watching. It was the author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad. He got sucked in. He got sucked into that Jay-Z documentary. And yesterday morning on the way to school, he was like, hey, Dad, can we watch that Chinese guy again? I'm like, who's the Chinese guy? He's like, you know, the one about being rich. I'm like, you mean the Japanese guy? He's like, yeah. And then looked at me like, what's the difference? I'm like, yeah, I know. They kind of all look alike. Anyway, but the fact that he recognizes that there's something there and was attracted to it just warmed my heart. And then when I was taking the kids to school, Sissy was talking about learning how to do things, you know, the older you get. And she's like, Daddy, there are some things that you just learn that you have to do every single day, like brush your teeth, and you have to take your medicine, and you have to do a video. And I'm like, say what? And she's like, yeah, you have to do a video. And I was almost overcome to the point of crying that my little baby girl recognized that this is a part of my routine and it's something I got to do every single day. It's the ripple effect. It's not what you say, it's what you do, especially with your kids. And then the last thing, man, there is plenty of good around us. And I struggle with this at times. You know, you get what you're looking for, right? And I've been watching a lot of these documentaries, and a lot of them, like I'm sucked into this show on Amazon, produced by Will Ferrell, right? And the host is one of the guys from Harold and Kumar. It's the brown guy, the Indian guy. Cal Penn is his name. And he actually worked in the White House. Interesting guy. Anyway, the first episode was about money laundering. And here's what I can summarize that. There are greedy ass rich people everywhere, every country in the world. And they get to it. And once the greed takes over, then they decide they don't have to pay taxes. They want to hide their money, and they go to places like Cyprus, right? The second one was about, do you have to be a dick to get rich, or once you're rich, do you become a dick? And literally, those aren't my words; those are his words. He's just talking about, there's a lot of rich people that aren't very nice. Is that a result of being rich, or did they have to be that way to get rich? My personal opinion. You can get rich without being that way, but if you want to be like really, really, really rich, like in the billions, yeah, you're going to have to break some necks. You're going to have to be okay with it. You're going to have to be okay with doing things that a lot of people around you be like, woo, that's pretty harsh. And just be like, hey, it is what it is. This is just business. People shouldn't take it personal. And then when people look at you with the stinky eye, I'd be like, yeah, F you. I won. You did not. Move on. Struggle for me, right? I would also tell you that, as I've been thinking about this Jay-Z thing, that's why we'll have a separate episode about that. We will. Anyway, Last episode that I watched this morning was about artificial intelligence, and it was kind of jarring thinking about all the things that artificial intelligence, but then the way that it ended warmed my heart. And it was talking about how people are using what's called swarm learning to decide what artificial intelligence could do. And that's that there's a school of thought that when you look at big populations of other species, fish, mammals, whatever, right? They travel in herds, right? You see the birds flying around a school of fish, and that they stop behaving as an individual and they think as one, the greater group. What's that mean? What'd you say? Yeah, we're better together. So I love that. I love that they're doing it. And then they gave a couple examples of how they predicted the Kentucky Derby winners 1 through 4 by using a group of people who knew that and give them this thing. And then they predicted the summer blockbusters. The point is that when we're part of a group and and it's not like schools of fish are talking in a language that we can understand, but there has to be some sort of communication there. This is all so much more complicated than any of us know. And we just need to come to the grip that we're not by ourselves. We're better together. Let's stop treating each other like shit. Let's take good care of each other. Like my buddy Creeper, who had a birthday this week. He's got a beautiful neighbor, the Birdman. He sent me a video of the Birdman. It's like, that's what I got to put up with. This guy's just happy to see him. He can't wait for him to get home so he can see his friend, right? Better together, baby. Hands up, peace out. We are better together. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you got almost 12 minutes of my nonsense this morning to make up for my deficiencies earlier this week when I was suffering from anticipatory grief. Don't do that. That's nonsense. Love you guys. I'll be back tomorrow. Have a great day. See ya.